I quite recently saw a video that was talking about a new concept, the concept of being the last man standing. And I was so interested in this concept that I thought I need to share this with you. But first of all, what is the last man standing? Usually, the last man standing refers to the last person standing in a physical fight. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a mindset change. And the mindset of being the last man standing just means that everyone will quit eventually, and if you are the person who is keeping on with the grind, then you will be the one who's the last man standing. And as you are the last man standing, this is equal with you are the winner. And this also means that if you are going through a tough time, everyone else in your industry is as well. And if everyone is going through a tough time, everyone is going to quit eventually. But if you are the person who is sticking around and working his ass off despite being in a tough time or a tough situation, you will be the one outperforming them and the winner in the end. Simply put, being the last man standing refers to continuing what you are doing in hard times to get ahead of others. There are a lot of different areas this mindset should apply to. Let's go through them in detail. The first area is any sort of competition. As an example, I will tell you about a sports competition. If you, for example, are in a football match and you are tired way earlier than usual because you had to do a lot more in this game, then obviously your one-on-one opponent is going to be tired as well. And if you just keep going and start running again and again and again and going for every ball, eventually he is the one who will quit. In this situation, not go for every ball anymore because he's the one who thinks he has not enough power anymore. This means that if you then keep going, then your team will have a really big advantage because your team can safely pass on the ball to you and you are able to convert the ball as your team has a lot more space because this player doesn't run anymore. Obviously, this mindset should apply in your career as well. Most people work their 9 to 5 hours and then they go home every single day. But if you are the person who is staying there for longer and longer and working more and more hours, then if the boss has to give a raise to someone, you will be the first one in line to get that raise, meaning you have won this business competition. I would also apply this mindset in stopping procrastination. For example, if you get home after a really tiring day and you still have to wash the dishes, and then you have to say to yourself, I am the last man standing. I will do this right now. If you are doing this right now, everyone else obviously won't, because they will quit and just go to bed or watch TV or something. And if you have washed the dishes already, you can go to sleep with a good feeling, while they can't, meaning you get better sleep than them, and if you are waking up tomorrow morning, then you do not have to do them. And what happens if they have to do it tomorrow morning? They will obviously not do it as well. Meaning, in the long term, you're getting a really big advantage over everyone else by using this method to stop procrastination. And obviously, this mindset applies in physical fights as well. I'm not encouraging anyone to fight here because the best way to win a fight is to avoid it. But if the situation is unavoidable and you keep going and going and going, then you will definitely be eventually the person who is going to win, even if your opponent is slightly better than you, because he is going to quit eventually. But like I said, avoid fights at all costs. By the way, I'm not talking about the physical competition of a fight. I'm talking about street fights that are easily avoidable. Why should you apply this mindset? This mindset is a really powerful tool, and if you shape your identity around it, then it will give you all of the success you want to have in life. That is because you are putting in the work when everyone else quit already. Also, your discipline, motivation, and drive benefit highly from this mindset, as you are the one putting in the work in the hard times where everyone else isn't. And obviously, when you are putting in the work when everyone isn't, you will get a lot more done than everyone else. And lastly, as you are the person putting in the work despite not wanting to do it or despite being tired, your self-respect will skyrocket. As a conclusion, I want to say that the last man standing mentality is a really powerful tool that, if implemented correctly, will bring you all of the success you need in life. But obviously, you should know your limits and not go too far, as then it just causes injuries and burnout. For example, do not think that you can beat a professional marathoner on a marathon just by this mindset, because obviously this person has a lot of more training than you. And as the person is way more trained than you, this is really unlikely to happen. But in all of these areas in which you and your opponent are evenly matched, you should definitely go for it, because then you're always going to outperform them in every single situation. If you got any value out of this video, feel free to leave it a like and subscribe to the channel. You can ask any sort of questions regarding the topic in the comments below. Have a great day. Bye.